I only ever made 2D games before and I wanted to change that, so I gave myself 48 hours to make my first 3D game. All I needed was an idea. Usually I'm bad with those, but recently I was delivered a package that was absolutely destroyed. So that got me thinking, what happens in those warehouses? How does my package get this damaged? I could only imagine that it went something like this. Ooga ooga. That gave me the idea I needed. Make a first-person game where you are a worker at a packaging warehouse. Your whole job is to safely load packages into a shipping container, if you want. With the idea locked, we can start the timer. So it's currently 6:34 and we have started officially with the game. I started by creating a new Unity project and adding a tic-tac to the scene. More like thick-tac. Next, I needed to create a character controller, but since I don't do 3D, hello Brachy's tutorials. After few videos, I got the character moving, jumping, all the good stuff. I had a few problems with Cinemachine, but yeah, let's not talk about that. Now we need a way to pick up a box and yeet it across the room, so let's quickly implement that. So yeah, it's currently 12 a.m. and this pickup mechanic proved to be a lot harder, but I made it work, so... I have to be honest, I wasted too much time throwing these boxes around before I decided it's not enough to just throw them, so I made it so you could also kick them. Well, it's work in progress, I guess. But we're still missing gameplay, sounds, animations, game assets. I mean, game looks like shit. First, I got bored looking at these Unity boxes, so I wanted to create my own. I opened up a Blender and started modeling. Then I remembered that I cannot do that, so I closed up Blender and went on a box model hunt. That's when I came across these. Thank you very much for your boxes, our boxes. And a few clicks later, they are in game, looking beautiful. Next, I had an idea to make it so you could do stunts with boxes. Think of it like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, where you do stunts and earn points just with boxes, and you don't ride a skateboard, you throw boxes. A little update from me, it's currently 11 p.m. and I actually added some quality of life stuff, so let me show you. I made it so that each box has a starting value that decreases as you toss it around, and you can see those values while hovering over each box. Then I made it so there is a daily quota that needs to be met while loading all the boxes. And we sign off for the day at 1:45, with project still looking like trash. I started the day by fixing how the money system works. Before, you had a fixed value for each stunt, which made Joker shots pointless. Now you're rewarded more money for the distance from which you hit each trick shot. Why is this starting to sound more like a Dude Perfect video than my initial idea? Then I wanted to make the game look less like shit, so I started searching for proper assets, but without much luck. I even managed to screw up my project by installing high-definition render pipeline with some assets that I was testing. But with timer running out, I had to settle for these. I wanted to create a better looking map. That's when I tried Pro Builder for the very first time. I thought I was gonna build something cool. Ended up making carved box and something that should represent a basketball hoop. I slapped on some textures, attempted to level design to end up with this. I added 2 more money makers too. A set of 3 rings, the tighter the hoop, the bigger the payout. And barrels you can knock down for cash one by one. A little update from me, it's 3:36. I have a little over 2 hours to finish this. I added this thing, so now boxes kind of fall through this pipe thing. Also, I added the targets so you can hit those. And yeah, I think I have to stop adding stuff to this map because it will eat up the rest of the time. So next thing we need to tackle, well, I need to tackle our sound effects, and I need to make some menus. For reason Pixabay didn't want to budge with downloading, so I had to make my own. And after a quick implementation, we have sound effects. Footsteps, the sound for these rings, barrel knocking sounds, sound when you score a basket, and finally, my favorite, I just had to use it. Listen to this.
Goal, 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 goal!
Before making menus, I had to fix some bugs. There was a way for you to fly while holding a box. It makes for an interesting stunts. Anyways, fix for this was easy. I just turned off collisions between player and a box. Next, if you end up throwing boxes on one of these, it could kinda ruin your chances of finishing that day, so I had to fix that. Right? Nope. See, I just realized that the first bug could end up being a solution to the second one, so first one becomes a feature and the second one stops being a problem. Nice. And finally, with only 30 minutes left, I quickly assembled a main menu, which ended up looking pretty good. Time's up. I'm done with this game. So, did I make a masterpiece in 48 hours? Absolutely not. Is it playable? Barely. But it's over. For this challenge, I think that's a win. If for some reason you wish to try this game, there's going to be a link in the description. I can't guarantee that it's going to be playable in browser, but I will give my best to optimize it for it. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a share, like and subscribe, and leave a comment on what you would like me to try and build next. And I'll see you in the next one.